Hi folks, Matt Wilkins again. I still don't have editing equipment yet for this new camera, so bear with me as you see me turning it on and off. I hate that. But anyway, I wanted to talk about my thoughts in the expanded universe because it has been a while, or a week or so, since they made the announcement, and just a few things I wanted to get off my mind here. First off, I'm not happy about it, of course. You can see that from my multiple blog posts and, of course, posts here on YouTube. In fact, my EU project is going swimmingly, so if you still want to be a part of it, just let me know. But some things that sit wrong with me about this is, of course, I've talked about how the EU saved the Star Wars franchise from going into obscurity in the early 90s. That's obvious. That's undebatable by anyone. But now it's a big corporate world, and see, big corporate knows, hey, we can make money off this again. And to be honest, yeah, it's been like that for a couple of years, but George has been there kind of making both sides play nice. You know, he included the EU, it was in a hierarchy of canons, and he never crossed it with his movies. In fact, he incorporated a lot of EU in the prequels, if, well, you EU people know that. But I really hated that tribute video they did about the expanded universe, past, present, future, because think about it, besides Timothy Zahn, did anyone else deserve to be there? All those people could talk about was the Timothy Zahn books when they first read them, or the Dark Empire comic book when they first read it. Did you notice that? Did you notice they were only talking about the first few books that came out? Do you know why? Because they never read any of the other stuff out. None of it. They didn't read any of it. It's almost like, let's say, Breaking Bad, when they were going, on their season finale, and they had a big special, and they had all these people, these super fans or whatever, they're involved in, talking about it. And then suddenly, I'm on there. Why? Because I saw the first episode. That's all. But that's why I get to be on there. And I talk about how good that first episode was. And, yeah, we're going to miss that show. What business do I have being there if I only saw one episode? And that's how I feel with most of the people who were in that video. Oh, they can talk about the first few books, but they didn't read the rest of it, which means they don't care, which means that video is basically an insult. And you see, big business knows that they can make money off Star Wars now. That's why the EU's gone, because we can make more money off the fans if we just throw it all away and then rebuild it in our own image. It's the reboot, right? We're always used to the reboot. In comic books, they reboot everything a billion times. Star Wars has never gotten a reboot. And since the EU has never been contradicted from the movies, it's basically been considered canon by the majority of fans. Now, a few other things. I'm kind of shocked about this announcement that was so early in the year. As you know, on my blog, I predicted that this announcement would be probably at the beginning of 2015. After the rights to Dark Horse had transferred. Dark Horse Comics picked up the Star Wars name before, it was after Marvel canned it. They didn't want anything to do with Star Wars anymore. They had the rights in the late 80s, and then they let it go. And they didn't want it because Star Wars was dead. No one cared about Star Wars. So this little company, Dark Horse, picked it up and started making books, and started making good books too, right? A lot of their early stuff is arguably some of their best. So now, you want to take the rights from them and bring it back to Marvel. I understand that. Keep it all in-house. Yet, are you really going to kick them on the way out and announce this early and say, oh, by the way, all the Star Wars books that are coming out, comic books from Dark Horse, they're garbage too. So actually, one of the new books that came out was Rebel Heist. I just picked it up. And, heck, why read it, right? It's not canon. It's basically fan fiction. It just came out. This is hurting Dark Horse's sales. Now, whether Dark Horse wants to sue or not, probably not, because it's Disney and they got more lawyers than, I got toilet paper. Anyway, so they don't, Dark Horse has kind of hurt their sales. They don't care about Dark Horse. They just care about themselves. They want to discredit everything before it comes out. I think that's kind of rude, bad form for Disney. But of course, they don't care. All they care about is making money now. It's all about a business. This won't be this is the first reboot, but it won't be the last. There'll be many more to go around. I just don't see where there's a life for me in there, or a lot of other EU fans. We kind of feel ostracized as well. Now, I'm not saying don't go see the movie, because even if I don't see it, I know a million people are. They're still going to go. The casual fan will still go see Star Wars, and that's fine. They're the casual fan. They should. But for us hardcore fans that, read all the books, enjoy the comic books and the games, there's nothing for us. So, once again, make sure to join my movement, sign up, or just support it. That's all I have to say today. Have a good day.